Welcome to the Business English Podcast. On today's episode, we discuss all things marketing, including the two opposing types of marketing that all businesses and individuals will more than likely use, in addition to clearing up the difference between marketing and sales, which all too often can be mixed together. Once again, I'll be joined by James, who, as previously mentioned, has considerable experience in this field. And so he will be disclosing a number of valuable insights into this weird and wonderful world. Remember to stick around until the end to do a deep dive into all the business English and professional vocabulary used in today's episode. The summary of expressions section is situated at the end of the episode, so if you can't wait for that, the timestamp is in the show notes. So, with so much value afoot, let us begin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Business English Podcast, helping professionals communicate more effectively, more confidently, and with impact. With your host, Rob, from Energetic English. Let's get down to business. Okay, guys, welcome back. In a previous episode, we were discussing one of the pillars of business, which was the topic of finance, talking about Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and about sort of financial literacy, assets, liabilities, and all those terms and pieces of terminology that professionals certainly working in the business space should be aware of. So if you haven't listened to that episode, please go back and have a listen to that. I'm joined by the very same hero that was on the last call talking to us about finance, and that is James, partner in crime here. And we're really going to bounce across all the other disciplines to do with business. I think this is a really good framework, is providing massive value to the listeners. So I really thank you for your time and accepting my invitation once again. So thank you. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Right. So the topic for today, marketing, it's an unruly beast. It's huge. It's gargantuan in nature. Marketing has certainly through my eyes, and sales have really exploded over the last sort of 5 years as a lot of people pivoting into the entrepreneurial space, Facebook ads, Google, SEO, all the rest of it, marketing. So very, very heavy with the sales and the marketing aspect. I know sales and marketing do get confused. People class them as one and the same thing, but they do actually sit in separate columns. So I thought today we could just talk about marketing in the wider sense and see where that conversation takes us, and providing maximum value for the listeners of the Business English Podcast. So yes, opening thoughts on marketing, please, James.
Absolutely. So marketing is something that's really close to my heart because it's kind of where I got started in my whole business entrepreneur career. So marketing is, okay, and this is a very broad sweeping statement and lots of people have different opinions about it, but marketing it's the actions that you do to generate sales conversations within your business, either before the first sale, after the first sale to generate the second sale, or after the complete sales cycle is finished, you're going to market again, maybe to get a referral client. So marketing, contrary to popular belief, doesn't just happen at the start of the sales cycle. It's a continuous effort. And they say, the best marketing is a great product. All right.
Right. Yeah.
So
I think
there's
I've heard
marketing.
That before, yeah.
Marketing woven into every aspect of a business. Let's take customer service, for example. If your customer service isn't very good, what happens? Well, now when I have a conversation with my friend over coffee, I'm going to say, do you know, I had this conversation with this company. I was speaking with their customer service department and it was horrible. The person was ridiculous. They were very rude. That's marketing. Specifically,
but
that's
isn't
word
that just
of mouth.
but word of mouth. I mean, isn't word of mouth something different to marketing, though? Is that one and the same thing?
marketing, yeah, word of mouth is marketing. It falls under the same function of the business.
Okay.
Okay. So remember, marketing, its function is to generate sales opportunities.
Got it.
All right. It's to either get you in front of a client or to start the conversation about your business within the client's mind.
Yeah.
Okay. It's to start that process.
I mean,
go on.
Sorry, using that example, what you said about if you're reviewing somebody negatively, if you're my friend or family member, and you turn around and you say, this product is not very good, I know that this recommendation, this testimonial, this personal review is potentially the hottest sort of market. I don't care how many billboards you've got up, how many Facebook ads you've run. If my best friend turns around to me and says, these trainers are awesome, I'm going to think seriously about this. Is this correct? Right. Yeah.
Absolutely. So a referral generated lead or referral generated sale. Okay. And a referral is where I say, hey, Rob, this water bottle that I've got, you've got to buy it. It's the best thing. It's got, it doesn't hurt my mouth when I drink from it. It's got loads in there. It keeps cool for ages. All of these features and benefits. Right. I say, Rob, you've got to buy it. It's the best thing if you were looking for a water bottle. That is a referral generated lead. Okay. There's some concepts in there, but let's just talk about, okay, so a referral has happened. A referral has been made, and I've created a potential customer out of you because I've said, you need to buy this thing. Now, let's talk about how you, as a referral, will now interact with the business compared to from other forms of marketing. So let's say there's a billboard that says, buy this water bottle.
Yeah.
And there's your best friend saying, buy this water bottle. Let's compare them side by side.
Right.
So sticking with the referral. So I've said to you, you've got to buy this water bottle, a referral generated lead. You will buy faster because the trust has been conferred by me to you.
Yeah.
All right. Because of the relationship that you and I have.
Yeah.
The product is now flowing through that.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you trust my judgment. Okay. Yeah. That's why we're friends. That's why the interaction happens. You trust my judgment. And I say, you've got to buy the thing. You don't have to then use all of your decision-making capability to reason as to whether this is a worthwhile purchase because I trust James's judgment and therefore I will buy it.
Yeah.
Whereas the billboard has to work so hard. There is no existing trust that the brand is using through that billboard.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no existing relationship. So as a referral, you will purchase faster. You will purchase more.
Yes.
Okay. On average, you will buy more because the existing trust is there. You're not going to need a test purchase.
Right.
On average, they buy more.
Right.
Statistically, that is. And they will also refund less and complain less.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Because if for example, if I'm the first customer that the water bottle company ever had, okay, I'm the first one out of the gate.
That's
and
right.
I think, I'm comparing, I'm thinking, I'm doing a price, okay, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. I've done all of that reasoning and now you don't have to.
Yeah.
All right. So you don't have to fear complaining so much because James has already done the groundwork. He's already done the research.
Yeah.
Right? So a referral is the holy grail. Okay. And that's probably a phrase you want to dive into later.
Yeah.
A holy grail of marketing. If you have referral generated leads, sales, anything like that, it's going to grow a lot faster.
Well, so let's just clear up the terms here then. So is a referral the same as a review or a testimony? If I go into Google, I'm looking for a restaurant or TripAdvisor, and I hit up one of these restaurants and I see, it's got really great reviews. Somebody has reviewed this. Is this the same as a referral, or because this has been made by a third party? I mean, does it still hold the same weight? I mean, personally speaking for me, I would trust somebody that I know more. But even if a third party is reviewing it, if there are a number of people saying the same thing about it, unrelated, disconnected to this business or product or service, then I'm more inclined to believe it rather than the billboard saying that they are the best thing since sliced bread.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you've got this concept in marketing called social proof.
Social
And
proof. Right.
it's as far as business goes back, so does social proof. It's
Right.
the line out of the door.
Right.
It's the 5-star review on
Got
Google. It's proof that this business attracts other people. All right. It has been here for a period of time. There are people before me. Therefore, and the implied kind of guarantee here is the product must be good.
Yeah.
If there are other humans, I am a human. They are humans. They have brains. They can reason. I have a much higher, as a business owner, much higher probability of selling somebody if I have lots of, so amount,
Yeah.
positive, so quality, so lots of high quality reviews.
Yeah.
I have a lot of proof that what I say in my marketing is true, that my product can deliver.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of perceived likelihood of getting what you're purchasing.
Yeah.
And this is something that stops a lot of people from actually buying is you say it can do the thing, but how do I know? And social proof is one of the ways that it's a very powerful way because we are pack behavior, pack mentality as humans. We look a lot, and this is, behavioral psychology, which has a huge place in marketing and probably deserves its own conversation. That is where the difference between a referral is probably the person, you know them, but a review could be just a conversation, a brief statement about your interaction with the business. And then if somebody acts on that, I guess that would be a referral, like an indirect referral if it gets acted upon. But until it gets acted upon, it's probably just a review, maybe breaking it down like that.
Yeah. I like that. And it goes back to that thing. No one wants to eat at an empty restaurant. You're walking past, you see an empty restaurant, you're thinking, maybe not. And yet paradoxically, everybody wants to eat at the busiest restaurant in town. Why is that?
That's right.
And it's exactly, people are voting with their feet, giving that physical testimonial, if you will. Good. Okay. What about other aspects of marketing then? So we talked about this very, hot referral, family and friends or people talking to each other. We talked about reviews, word of mouth, other aspects of marketing then, because that's not just it, is it? I mean, the rabbit hole goes far deeper.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So I would either go just to put a pin in the whole conversation with the referral marketing, because a referral marketing is actually product.
Right.
Okay. The value that is in referral marketing actually comes from the quality of your product. Did it deliver? Did you do the thing? So yes, it's a marketing function, but actually you've worked really hard on the product. You're the best in the industry. You deliver over and above what they're paying for. That is what is being marketed. So that's, it is marketing, but that's the one that you have to do least marketing for. It's all product. Okay.
100%.
And so to contrast that, to get black and white on the other end of the scale, you've got something that was all product. Let's talk about something that's all marketing instead. So advertising. Yeah. So we have direct advertising, direct response advertising. This is kind of how
what is direct, just for clarity, what is direct response advertising?
So direct response advertising or direct response marketing, if we stay within the same terminology, it's essentially the same thing. Direct response marketing is a form of marketing which asks for a response. Okay. Versus, and to help define it, let's give it some contrast, versus a billboard that says tastes the best, and it's got a picture of a Coca-Cola bottle or other brand name cola juice, on there.
For example.
For example, and they're just drinking that, there's no ask for action, and one of the hallmarks of this direct response marketing is that we would ask for action. All right, so one is, hey, Coca-Cola brand name is great, and the other is buy 2 bottles, get the third free for the next 2 days, click this button to purchase, or use this code. Okay.
So what's the key difference there? Because for me, there is a huge difference there, because one has context maybe surrounding a brand, any brand, and then there is the other aspect that is, non-context, like no context whatsoever. It's just buy 2, get 1 free, or whatever it is. So what is the difference there?
So the split is brand marketing, which is the brand marketing will be used when brand marketing is a byproduct of successful, direct marketing. Okay. Because if you're just starting out, all right, we have to get sales, and brand marketing isn't the best way to do that.
Right.
Brand marketing is to stay top of mind. Okay. What does that phrase mean? It means when you think about, gosh, I'm thirsty, you think about that company first. That's what top of mind means. It's the first thing that you think about when you have a craving, when you enter a situation. It's the first thing that's, you associate that situation with this company. Okay. Brand. And I would put, having a great product under brand as well. I would put it under there. So that's the difference between brand marketing is it tastes great. It's to remind you, oh yeah, Coca-Cola's the drink's great. And then direct marketing is I have a specific offer right now. You must act. It's a high value to cost ratio offer.
High value to cost ratio. What go just explain that. So
the value that I'm getting is much more than the cost that I have to pay. Okay. So if I'm looking at these and it says buy 2 bottles and get the 3rd free.
Right.
Okay. It's very clear to me as a consumer that 3 bottles is worth more than 2.
Yeah.
Right. It's very blatant, which is why you can't see it. It's like the value is 3, but the cost is 2. Yeah. So you have a higher value to cost ratio.
Right.
Okay. And that just comes down to people only buy bargains. All right. Everything that you have ever purchased in your life, whether it's a coffee or a Cadillac car, you will only have bought a good deal.
Yeah.
You will only have gotten your wallet out or given them the cash when you thought, that's good. The value of this note is worth more than what you are giving me. The value of this swipe of the credit card is worth, is the value of what less, I'm buying.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. The value of what I'm buying is more than what I'm about to give you.
I'd rather have your product than this money in my pocket, right? Okay.
Exactly. That means it's a deal. That means that you as the consumer perceive, you see that it is clear to you. Your belief is such that what you are going to get for your money is more than the money you're going to. So you feel you're getting a deal, right? And that you will never purchase something that you don't feel is a deal. Yeah. All right. And that is how commerce works. All right.
I like that.
Yeah. So, and that's a very simple way of saying, just to come back to the initial conversation, is direct marketing will make very clear that value to cost discrepancy is there. You're getting a deal.
Yeah.
Whereas the brand won't need to do that. Okay. Brand has more prestige associated with it. Yeah. It doesn't need to make these bold claims.
Yeah.
Right? It has an established market position, if you want to use different terminology.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of difference between direct marketing. I'm marketing directly to you. I'm asking for a response now. I'm giving a compelling offer and a time scale and a way to track it. Whereas brand just says, buy my stuff. It's still the best.
Yeah.
Okay. No way to track it, but they know it's working. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're the differences between the two broad main types of marketing.
So direct response and sort of brand marketing. Yeah.
That's how I'd split it up. Yeah. And there are loads of different types of direct marketing. Yeah.
But is it necessarily predicated on where you are in the timeline of your business? If you are a fledgling business, if you're, just starting out, maybe an entrepreneur, maybe you're a small startup, could you rely on brand marketing. Craft your story, and really use that to help with your marketing, having a unique proposition, your origin story, maybe where you source your product from. Is that possible to do at an early stage? Because it sounds like the only prestigious, well-accomplished businesses trade on brand. Is it possible for a tiny startup to do?
So I'm sure there are examples where this is not true, but if you rely, when you're just starting out, if you only rely on brand, okay, and you don't make a specific offer, then you will go out of business real quick.
Okay.
If you do not approach a specific target customer with an offer, if you don't say, if somebody wants a new driveway,
right?
Okay, for construction, they want a new driveway.
Yeah.
If all you do is write on your website, we've been building driveways for 10 years, and you don't make anyone an offer, you just leave it there.
Got it.
Okay, as part of your brand.
Yeah.
All right. Then that's not going to do anything. You must go outbound. You must go to the market and say, we are currently doing this. Here's what we can do for you. If you want it, here it is. Do this, this, and this to get the product.
Yeah.
Now, over time, the residual, here's how to think about it. The residual, the goodwill generated by your time in business is captured by the brand.
Yeah.
So Energetic English has been in business for a number of years now, and all the great work that you've done has charged up your brand. It's charged up that logo. So when they see that logo, they know, Rob, he knows exactly what he's talking about because I've seen all his stuff before.
Yeah.
And all the things that you've done before have been direct marketing. So, for example, a piece of content. All right. So this, for example, a podcast, a video.
Yeah.
This is a piece of content marketing with a direct marketing finish. So, for example, this is content marketing. We are delivering value for a wide number of people, and we are moving them along the awareness level. Okay, so they're learning more about English. They're learning that Energetic English is number one in the space and exactly where we're going and how we can help them get there. That's what Energetic English does.
Yeah.
And to do that, we need to finish with a piece of direct marketing, which is, if you enjoyed this podcast, make sure you subscribe so you can have the rest. Make sure you get alerts every time we release a new video. This is an ask. Okay. You're not asking for a sale. You're asking them to take the next step in the relationship with Energetic English.
Oh, that makes
sense.
That's
all marketing. Yeah. So that's where marketing is. Marketing isn't just a one step. You don't know me. Now you do. Let's have a sale.
Yeah.
It's lots and lots of different steps. And content marketing is just one of the ways of marketing that's very popular right now. But to do content marketing correctly, you must infuse, you must embed, you must weave into it.
Love it.
The direct marketing principles, which is to always ask for something. And if I ask you to subscribe to this podcast, that may be self-serving of us, but you will always get more value. And that is the game. It's if you subscribe, you are going to get the next 100 episodes over the next, period of time. And you're going to know about them first before anyone else. And I think that's more valuable than most of the other people out there, because the amount of value you pack into these podcasts is number one. Okay. Because you give everything, you don't hold anything back. All of this stuff is high quality stuff. So that's the difference between marketing and brand. So over time, you charge up this brand. Yeah. And your brand story is not just part of brand marketing. Your brand story can be put into your direct marketing. Sure. All right. So I wouldn't put those, in separate camps. Your brand story is extremely important. Yeah. And that's probably a conversation for a different one, but that's the difference between direct marketing. Yeah. You must have an offer that you take to the market to generate a sales opportunity which you can transact with the customer, and then the business starts. Because I can't remember who said it, but somebody said, nothing happens until you make a sale.
Yes.
All right. Because you can't deliver whatever it is you do, a widget that you make, a service that you provide. You can't provide that until somebody trades you their money for your thing. And to make that happen, you must have a sale, a transaction. But how do I get transactions? You must market to generate those transactions. So that's where marketing and sales fit together.
Really like that. I really like that. It's something we had in the early days on the Energetic English website about that triangle. Right at the top was the exchange of money, the sale itself. Then underneath that, in order to get the sale, you've got to be able to market, and in order to market, you've got to get their attention, and in order to get their attention, you've got to be able to communicate with them. If you can't communicate with your audience, you're in dire straits. So really interesting concepts there, and lots of things have fallen out of that, and I really want to take that into maybe a future episode, not least targeting your market, your target audience. Who is your target market? If you don't have a target market, you probably want to develop that at some point in time, because everybody can't be your market to which you market to. So yeah, once again, loads of value. Thanks ever so much for joining me on the Business English podcast once again. We'll do this again with another pillar. We've got value creation, value delivery, or sales, so we can deal with one of those three in the next episode. But just leaves me to say thanks ever so much for joining, and we'll do this again soon. Thank you ever so much.
Brilliant. Thanks for having me. It's been awesome.
And now for the summary of expressions for the business chat on marketing. Now, some of the phrases listed may be fairly self-explanatory, but I wanted to highlight them to ensure you take note of their usage so you can use them in your professional dialogue more easily. Unwieldy beast, something that is difficult to deal with. Gargantuan, huge. To pivot into a space, to change direction, normally in a business sense. To sit in separate columns, to be in different subject areas. In a wider sense, in general. Opening thoughts, some ideas to begin with. To be close to someone's heart. To be important to someone. A sweeping statement. A general statement or saying. Contrary to popular belief. To be against popular opinion. To be woven into every aspect. To be involved in every part. To have a chat over coffee. Now, this is a good phrase to remember, to have a chat over a beverage or meal, such as tea, lunch, or a beer. One and the same. Now, this is used for emphasis, to show the same person or thing. To make a referral. Remember, I'm highlighting here, this is not to do a referral, but to make a referral. Take note. To interact with a business. To be involved or to do business. This is good quality vocab. To interact with a business. Sticking with something. Now, this is staying or continuing on the same subject. Groundwork. Groundwork is the initial or even deeper work that is carried out. The Holy Grail. A very important achievement. Now, it's important to note here, it's not religious when it's used in this sense. The Holy Grail is a very important achievement. To hit up, to get in contact with, or to investigate something further. To be more inclined, to be more likely to do something. The best thing since sliced bread. Now, this is quite a common one and rather strange, but it's worth highlighting here, and it means a really good idea. If something is the best thing since sliced bread, it's a really good idea or really good thing. Invention, for example. To break something down. Now, in this case, it means to explain something in more detail or to separate something larger into smaller parts. Paradoxically, confusingly, absurdly, or in a contradictory way. To vote with one's feet. Now, this is to physically carry out an action that shows their mindset or intent. To go down the rabbit hole. To get into the very depths of a subject in a lot of detail. To deliver over and above. Now, this means to do more than is expected of you. To contrast. In this case, it means to compare, to contrast two ideas together. On the other end of the scale or at the other end of the scale. Now, this is used to show extremes when making comparisons. At the other end of the scale or on the other end of the scale. A hallmark of something. A hallmark of something is a distinguishing characteristic. A byproduct. A byproduct is something that happens as a result of an action. To be starting out. If you're just starting out in something like business or a project or a task, it means that you are just getting started. To be starting out. Top of mind. This is not to be confused with off the top of your head. Okay, top of mind means the first thing that you think about. Blatant. Blatant means obvious or clear. Discrepancy. A discrepancy is an inconsistency, an error, or a variation. Whereas, it's a great one to learn. This means in contrast. It's a really good way to show a contrasting idea. Use whereas at the start of your second sentence where you're going in to contrast something. A compelling offer. A compelling offer is a tempting and attractive offer. Predicated. Predicated means based upon. A fledgling business. A fledgling business is a young business. Origin story. Somebody's origin story is a story about where somebody comes from or originates from. The residual. The residual is the leftovers of something or the bit left behind. To charge up. To charge up means to energize, to stimulate or excite. The most common expression you may hear is to charge up your phone because your battery is flat or dead. To take the next step. If you take the next step, it means that you are doing the next part of the process. To take the next step. To infuse. To infuse means to fill, to mix with, or to soak. To embed. To embed means to insert or to implant. To be self-serving. If you are self-serving, then you do something for your own interest. It's always best not to be self-serving exclusively when doing business. To be self-serving. That is the game. That is the game. This is the process or the environment in which we must operate. That is the game. To be in separate camps. This means to be in different topic areas or subjects. To be in dire straits. If you're in dire straits, it means that you are in a very bad or very difficult situation. Something falls out of something. Now, if something falls out of something, it is a result or an observation that is obtained from conducting a task. For example, after the detailed study, one of the key points that fell out was that everybody should be happier. The key point that fell out is the fact that everybody should be happier, for example. And that concludes the summary of expressions for marketing.
You have been listening to the Business English Podcast. Remember to subscribe, leave a review, and we'll see you next time.